everyone, so today's tutorial was actually extremely requested and we are going to be going over drugstore versus name brand mascaras. Oh no, I'm not saying that right. I might do a video on drugstore versus name brand, when to save and when to splurge, but for now we're going to talk about what mascara is right for your face. Yes, and I am kind of a mascara junkie, and the reason why is because I buy mascaras every 4 months, and I really recommend you guys do this. And I'm doing spider lashes. If you guys want to see the tutorial, go check it out. But your eyelashes, of course, are near your eyes, and they're going to have bacteria. So when you put your mascara on, this is a new one, so it's going to put your mascara on, put it back in. Of course, you're introducing bacteria. So I'm going to take you guys through kind of what mascara might work best for you, some of my personal favorites, and kind of give you guys a lowdown. And first, we're going to discuss waterproof versus non-waterproof. Waterproof is, of course, something you want to use in the swimming pool. If you guys are going to be somewhere wet, maybe if it's sweaty outside. Do I recommend waterproof for day-to-day? Personally, no, just because it takes a long time to remove. You're probably going to have to use additional products to do so, but if you guys like it, it all boils down to what your preferences are. There's also different colors of mascara. The norms are, of course, black and brown, which are the two most common eyelash colors, but there are also things such as glitteries. I have here a really glittery blue. There are reds, there are pinks, and personally, I wouldn't use these for every day. However, if you guys are looking to dress up a mascara or add some pop, I would definitely recommend it. Next, I'm going to talk about two of my favorite drugstore mascaras that actually include little sparkles. This would be the CoverGirl Exact Eyelights in my color for green, and the Maybelline Lash Stiletto, and this is the red one. It has these little reflective pigments. These are two of my favorites, and the reason why is because when you put them on, they will have these little shimmers. So naturally, they're going to bring out and brighten up your eyes, and they work flawlessly. This is actually one of my absolute all-time favorites, and the reason why is because of this brush. It really grips each lash individually, and I can get really great lashes without clumping and without spidering. I cannot do spidering very well with this, so it's not very good for that. But if I do want to add a little bit of texture to falsies, or if I do want to, just kind of play things up, this is my favorite everyday mascara, and it has been for quite some time. This is also a great mascara, but as you can see, the brush and the wand is a little bit different. This would be great for someone who has really, really straight eyelashes, or just really, really coarse lashes, basically. Mine are a little bit more curly and a little bit more fine, so this brush is a little bit extreme for me. However, the color is absolutely gorgeous, and I really recommend you guys find something that will play up your color, your eye shape, etc., etc. This one is kind of an old one, the L'Oreal Voluminous, and I'm actually not going to lie, I really, really like this one. The formula is kind of oily, kind of thick, and this one does clump up a little bit more, but if I'm going for spider lashes, if I want to use falsies, this is a really, really nice choice. And this does not grip each lash individually. This is more of one that kind of sits on top of them, but it is a good alternative, and depending on what you guys are looking for and what you like, it may work for you. Again, this is a Maybelline Lash Stiletto, and I adore this just because of this amazing, amazing, amazing brush and the way it grips my lashes. But of course I like the sparkly one better, but this is just a matte black in case I feel like going matte. Here's a blue glitter for when I feel blue and glittery. This is one by Neutrogena, Volume, and I'm not gonna lie, I do not like this one at all. It's really poopy. The wand never really grabbed my lashes, that's what it looks like. High Fly. There's like a Maybelline one, this one, that the wand is almost exact, but I feel like this one is drier. It's a little bit more oily. It just never really worked for me. Yeah? Yeah. And, oh dear, and it gets everywhere, I guess. For some people, you guys might like it. If you're looking for really, really minimal, maybe just to get really, really close to the lash base, if you don't want long lashes, but you just want them to be really, really black, kind of as a replacement for liner, this might be a good option. But personally, it's not my favorite. This next one is a Maybelline Volume Express, and this one was really popular for a while. I liked it, but it wasn't my favorite. This one has a nice brush.
Look I was on Cassandra's couch. I have cat hair all over me, so she always talk about those.
Shut up! Shut up!
God damn that.
Shut up! I need to
Go to dry cleaners now. I'm just kidding. Okay, go on.
Okay. So this is the Volume Express, and this was really popular for a while. He's flipping me off.
No, I'm not.
Oh, did you guys see? So I went to go get a Starbucks. My name is Cassandra, Cassie, right? That's not like the hardest name in the world. If I say Cassandra,
for people who don't speak English.
if I say Cassandra, you might think C-A-S-S-A-N-D-R-A, K-A-S-S-A-N-D-R-A. Usually people don't spell it with an L. And I can understand if it was a skinny caramel dulce latte, yummy. I could understand, seriously, if people were really, really busy and there were like 50,000 people in there. There was one person in there having like a business meeting with somebody else, but they weren't even busy. I was like, is it really that hard to spell, or do I just have a lisp? But my latte was good, and it was only like 100 calories, so I was like, score. But then I asked for like extra whipped cream and foam, so they probably made it like 1,000,000 calories. But that's okay, because I decided to go for a run later that day. So this mascara was actually popular a long time ago. It's the Maybelline Volume Express Turbo Mascara, and it's not my favorite, but I've seen a lot of people who like it. And this is what the wand looks like. But for me, this is best to get really demure lashes. I did kind of a Taylor Swift eye tutorial, or makeup tutorial. You guys should go look at it. It was Music Video Mondays from her Sparks Fly music video. This is like the perfect mascara to get her lashes that are really, really subtle at the beginning and really just flared out at the ends. This would be great because you can just get kind of in the corners, and then you can actually twist out at the very ends, kind of in a rotating motion, to really get that flare without really overdoing it or getting all clumpy. Okay, this is a really old one, and this is the Lash Blast. I have 2 of them. CoverGirl Lash Blast, 3 of them. And this one, of course, is an all-time favorite. The brush is revolutionary. This is great for girls with curly lashes. This is great for girls with straight lashes. The comb is great to comb through so you don't get clumps. Things with this formula, it is not as thick as most of the other formulas that I've seen. So, I mean, it's not as thick, it's more oily, basically. So instead of elongating your lashes, it'll just coat them. So, for instance, some of these have like, you know, double. You can add length to your lashes with a primer. This one is not going to add length to your lashes at all. It's basically going to coat what you already have, but you can get spider lashes with these too, but this is a good buy, and I've bought 2 of them, so I'm happy. This is also the 3rd. This is just a waterproof in brown. This is a great buy. Makeup by Tiffany D loves it. She stands by it. It's her fault that I'm hooked on it now. And I guess I will go into kind of the other Lash Blast. This is the Lash Blast Luxe, and this is again in black. We have basically the same revolutionary brush. It's pretty flippin' awesome. This one is a little bit of a thicker formula than the other one. And the other one's a little bit more thin. This one kind of coats your lashes, and this one will extend your lashes if you do multiple coats. Come here. Sit, baby. It's almost, look at, I only have a couple more.
Okay, go for it.
So, this is the Lash Blast Luxe. Bleh, I can't even talk, but this also has sparkly pigments, and this is really a favorite of mine. The thing is that with these, it's kind of like a big chunky old mascara. But they are super, super fun. Next, we're going to get into my absolute favorite. Oh, before we do that, I'm going to talk about this. No, I'm not, because it's going to fall on the floor. Is L'Oreal's Telescopic Lash. And I know they have a couple different variations of these, but I'm only going to talk about this one. And if you guys check this out, look at this wand. It is like a little fireball of doom for your eyelashes. And this is not my favorite for actually doing your entire lashes, but this is great for layering. If I want to get right here in the corners, or if I want to get kind of on my baby lashes below, because for me it's kind of hard to get those sometimes, this is one of my favorites. It is super precise. It is super, super precise, and it's also a little bit chunky, so it's not going to give me really thick spider lashes. It's not going to like ruin my look or make me clumpy. It'll coat the lashes pretty evenly, but it'll also give them a lot of texture and definition, and I really, really do like this. Next, we are going to, well, I guess I already talked about 3 of them, but can you guys guess what my favorite mascara brand is? We're going to talk about the rest of the Maybelline stuff, so I already went over these. But I'm going to tell you about some of my favorites, and I'm actually not going to go over all these because this is just ridiculous. These, of course, are kind of Maybelline's claim to fame, the Great Lash. They have blackest to black mascaras, semi-black mascaras, all sorts of different variations. And I also have these in clear, just for my eyebrows, to kind of keep them in shape. But the brushes are mainly the same, but what's great about them is that they come like this. So you can totally use these on your upper lashes and just throw these in your bag and use them. I can use these on my lower lashes, my little baby lashes, and the consistency is like perfect. It's not too dark. It's not too clumpy. It really grips the lashes nice. I can get spider lashes if I want, but it won't clump up naturally because that's always super, super obnoxious. So yeah, these are one of their claims to fame, and I really think they are flippin' awesome. And I've had those both for ages. I guess I'll say, okay, so this one. Oh my gosh, I'm missing mascaras. Okay, people keep stealing my mascaras. I am so fed up with the entire world. I was gonna review a L'Oreal one for you, but it's gone. Anyways, this is one by Maybelline. This is the XXL Extra Large Pro. This is the volume in waterproof. And what's great about this is that, like the one I was going to review that must have either gotten stolen or lost, this is like the perfect wand. And this is actually a primer. So what this does is prime your lashes. Now, what is mascara primer? Basically, it goes on top of your lashes and prepares it for the mascara. What that does, it can elongate your lashes, help it grip kind of better, and stay on longer. So once you put the first primer on, you can go in with the exact same amazing brush, and you can totally use this to get your lashes thick and full. And this, if you guys have short lashes, this is great to make them longer. They have them in all sorts of other things too. You don't have to get them waterproof. So this is great, and of course the Maybelline, I don't know, it's like really, really feathered on the brush, and this is just one of my favorites. It grips my lashes perfectly. This is great for curly, this is great for straight, you name it. Next, this is Maybelline's Colossal Volume Express, and this one is a much thicker brush, so you do have to exercise a bit more caution when using it. You can't really use it on the baby lashes, you can't really use it on the bottoms, but this is great for straight lashes because you can coat the bottom and the top. I have curly lashes, and it is really hard for me to curl the top of my lashes with these, so I do not like this very much for the tops. But if I really want these large kind of demures out here, or just overall gorgeous kind of eyelash looks, this is definitely what I'm going to reach for. This is the falsies, and I'm sure you guys all have this flared falsies, but this is an amazing brush. It has the same feathery texture that only Maybelline has. And it's actually kind of curved, so it's basically like a thicker, bigger version of the lash stiletto. And this is great because I can get right in these outer corners. I can use this on the inner corner a little bit and very, very lightly on the bottom, although I don't use it on the bottom all the time because it does give me little poopy problems. But this is an all-time absolute favorite. I can't use it on the tops very well, but I can just dust these on the tops of my lashes instead of actually coating the top. I can just touch it at the top and it kind of elongates them. Also, if I do use this in a sweeping motion up on kind of the demure outer lashes, it does even help me curl them even more. So this has actually been, these are probably my two favorite drugstore mascaras and what I would recommend for just about everyone. Then I'm only going to review very, very select kind of high-end mascaras, and the reason why is because I feel like mascaras are not something you should splurge on. They have so many options at the drugstore. You should go for what's cheaper and what works for you. So I'm going to review my absolute favorites from high-end cosmetics, and that's about it. As I'm sure you guys know, Clinique has a great line, but they have two that I really like better than anything else. First one is the High Impact Mascara, and the reason why is because this one grips my lashes very similarly to the way Maybelline's does. It coats them bottom and top and is absolutely perfect. I never get clumps. The only thing is you can't do spider lashes. This next one is the Lash Doubling Mascara, and I actually do not care for this one as much. As you can see, it's more of a pointed thing. This is good for getting in the inners, but it's more like this CoverGirl Lash Blast, and the reason why is because it just kind of coats them. It doesn't elongate them. Just kind of like adds like a circle of color around each hair, basically. Yeah. One of my absolute favorites, of course, is Bobbi Brown's Everything Mascara, and this goes everything, everywhere, you name it. The wand is just about perfect. It's a little bit tricky to use sometimes on the bottom lashes, but I found that this actually helps me curl my lashes a little bit, and then if I twist them on the outside, it's really, really easy. This is great for straight, curly, you name it. Get Bent by Benefit. And this one, not really my favorite. I really like how the angle is so that I can get into those hard little places, and this does curl my lashes. Like, I'll just put it on and my lashes will look curlier because I guess it dries up or something. But definitely not my favorite for every day, and I usually like to layer this with something else if I use it. This is the Very Sexy mascara, and this is perfect if you really want thick, clumpy lashes. I cannot use this if you want really, you know, pretty defined lashes. If you're going for thick clumps though, this is the way to go. As you guys can see, the brush will really kind of clump everything together. It'll give you almost like falsies looks, only they won't be separated. Talk about MAC's Zoom Lash, and I am not, the Dazzle Lash was okay. I am not a fan of MAC mascaras. They're about, what, $30 each, and I just feel like for what you get, there's so many better options. This is one of my favorites from the MAC collection. This is the Zoom Lash, and the reason why is because it kind of has an oily texture. It doesn't clump me up unless I want to, and I try. But really, it kind of just coats well. I can kind of twist, get a nice look, and it goes on the top or the bottom. So this is probably my favorite mascara from MAC, and really the only one that I would recommend. Then I'll get into some of my favorites. This one is Smoky Lash Extra Black Mascara from Makeup Forever, and I love it. The brush is just amazing, and that's probably the only word I've used in this entire little review. But I can put it on the tops, I can put it a little bit on the bottoms, I can twist it, I can curl it, and I feel this is great for straight or curled lashes. I've also got the Buxom. This kind of works similar to the Buxom, but I really don't like the Buxom all that much just because you can do, you know, more with this. You can coat the lashes, you can clump them, whatever. With the Buxom, you can only, you know, there's not as much freedom with it. My second favorite would be Lancome. This is a awesome little brush. The texture of this formula is just amazing. This reminds me a lot of the Maybelline one, which is why I like the Maybelline one so much, the Lash Stiletto. But they also have a vibrating one. L'Oreal also came out with a vibrating mascara. I don't care for L'Oreal's as much. Lancome's vibrating mascara was pretty good, but at the same time I feel like I can just move my arm like this and get the exact same results. So why spend extra, what, $50 on a mascara that will vibrate at the touch of a button? Very last and not least, I'm going to take you into my last favorite mascara, which is Dior Show. And this is, of course, by Christian Dior, and it is the biggest brush that I've used, so it is hard because I got the big version. It's hard to get into the little spaces, but this is absolutely the best. The reason why is because the wand is kind of universal. Straight lashes, curly lashes, you can curl, you can do demure, you can do the bottoms, you can do the babies, and you can even, you know, of course, use the tip on this one. But the reason that this is so revolutionary is because of the formula. It's not too chunky and it's not too liquidy, so you guys can really apply as much as you need. Also, the key ingredient is beeswax, which means you can apply different layers. For instance, I can go in and apply one and be perfectly ready for a really nice neutral look for the day. And then I can wait for it to dry and do another one and, you know, kind of have really bright eyes for the day. Then I can go out in just the corners and add 3 or 4 or 5 coats without this clumping up, and I'll be perfect for night or if we're going out in the evening. And it's great because you can just add to, and they won't get clumpy on you and stuff like that. If you like really clumpy, I would recommend probably layering it with something else so you can get those clumps, because this will not clump up on you. But it is my favorite. I can get super thick, dramatic lashes. People have thought that I was wearing falsies with this, and it's just amazing. So yes, there are some high-end mascaras that you should splurge on, but if you guys are tight on money, or if you guys, you know, just don't feel like it's necessary or something you'll use, there are definitely lots more to be found at the drugstore. So those are just my reviews of some of my favorites, kind of compare and contrast. If you guys want to see a splurge versus save on other cosmetics such as foundations, blushes, eye colors, etc., feel free to leave a comment, post it on Facebook, tell me what you guys want to see, and I will definitely do that for you. So I hope this was informative, I hope I didn't talk too fast, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you on the next video.